Oh, hi there. Happy Halloween. Hi, friends. It's good to see you. I am joining y'all from our den, which is fun, and wearing my costume, which took longer to put on than I thought. And actually, different parts of it are not really showing the way it's supposed to. Philip designs his own costume every year and puts a ton of effort into it, and it always looks amazing. And this year in particular, he wanted me to, I always dress up as well, but usually it's like something I throw together kind of last minute. Sometimes I work on it a little bit more in advance. But this year with my Wicked project, oh, yay, Brandon, that's so fun. Sometimes, or this year with my Wicked project that I've been working on that just got revealed in the last couple weeks. Um, I have not had time to focus on the costume. So Philip convinced me last weekend to lean into it and make something. And he actually took on the brunt of the effort of helping pull this all together. So I'll show you the full costume. I'm still working on maybe adjusting my glasses, but this is the jacket. Philip did a great job adding the stitching. We had the Shiz University patch that came in a a Wicked Advent calendar last year. And then this part we kind of worked on together. So you can see it's the half pants, half skirt bit that Fanny wears. And many of the other Shiz University students wear. So the fun thing is all of this is thrifted, which is so cool, other than the patch, of course. And actually, I think this ribbon that we used to add here. But Philip pulled together a lot of the fun details for this, which is super fun. So one thing that we didn't get around to doing that I might get around to later today was pulling together Fanny's glasses, his iconic glasses. And I have this old pair of glasses that still have a close enough prescription that I could wear them. And I'm working on maybe adding some Lego detail that would make it look a little bit like Fanny's glasses. But if not, I'm a Shiz student, and that's fun. So, yay! I love Halloween so much. We have such a fun time here in the house. We usually decorate a ton outside and inside. This year, we were traveling so much in September that Philip did put up a lot of stuff outside. We do have some stuff inside, but it's not quite as decorated as we're used to. So, isn't this so fun? So this trim, y'all, this is the coolest part to me. We looked at this thrift shop and found the jacket, found the pants, found a skirt that I then cut in half and added the pleats to, and then we glued on with fabric glue. And then Philip found this cardigan at a different thrift store. We bought the ribbon at Michael's. That's this ribbon here, which really the coat should be what do you call this? It's like that soft, fuzzy texture. I just lost the word for it, but that's what the coat should be, which is fun. And then these stripes, the lining that Philip did a fantastic job on. We were looking for a piece of clothing that had a mix of like coral type light peach and blue. And Philip found a tank top that had blue like palm tree patterns all over it. But it was like a peach, light peach tank top with these light blue palm trees. And he just has such a brilliant mind and was like, we should use this, cut it up into strips, and then we can use that for the lining. And it's perfect. I was not expecting it to be this great. So major kudos to my husband, Philip, who really pulled together a lot of this. So yay, thanks for joining. It's so fun to see a handful of faces here. So let me look through the comments now. So Ben says, let's do this. And then he's also off to get some food, so he'll be back. Yay, hopefully we'll see you soon. And I love this. Oh, Oz, I wore a similar costume yesterday. I would love to see your custom costume, Brandon. It'd be really fun to take a look at how you put yours together. And I see you also wrote, used a vest to sort of match a cardigan. Nice, good stuff. Zach says, great job on the details. Love the trim. It's so unique. Totally agree. And the trim work is 100% Philip. He did a fantastic job with that. Happy Halloween. Yay. So fun. And David says, great coat. I made myself a FedEx box Lego brick. So for once in my life, I'm a stud. Okay, I love that so much. That is too fun. I was actually debating throwing on my Lego blue 2x4 brick costume for this live stream, but then I walked by Philip's office. He is on work calls right now, and he is also Wicked themed from his own custom costume that is amazing. Which, if he gets a break between his meetings, he's going to come over and join the live stream just so you can see his incredible work. And then, if he's here, please yell at him about how great he did on my costume, because really, I owe so much of this to him. But so fun. But yeah, I decided to go with this because I saw his and I was like, actually, yeah, if there's a way that we can both show our costumes on this live stream, then let's do it. And then Zach says, I was watching the movie 2 nights ago for only the second or third time. Zach, I am so disappointed in you. Just kidding. I've seen it a million times at this point. And I was admiring on what a good job they did on the uniforms and costumes. I know, right? Like probably my 4th or 5th time watching it. So I saw it 4 times in the theater. And then I saw it a number of times at home. I've probably seen it 15 or 20 times. So yes, that's probably more than your average adult. But obviously, I'm a huge Wicked fan, as you can see behind me. And yeah, loved. It was probably the 4th or 5th time that I was paying closer attention to the shows uniforms and everything else, like all those details that you miss the first couple times watching it. And it's incredible. And Paul Tazwell, who won the Oscar for costume design last year, and absolutely rightfully so. He shares amazing stuff on Instagram where you can see some up close details. And he shared one that was basically just the torso of Fanny. And it was perfect timing because it was as we were building out this one as well. So you should definitely check it out. Oh my gosh, you are too sweet. So yeah, actually, I want to get a sewing machine because of this project in particular. I've built other costumes before, but it's been very minimal effort on my end and with good result, which is fun. One of my favorite costumes I've ever done is Elf on the Shelf. And it was before I had facial hair, so I was completely clean shaven and had just my regular brown hair as well. But I made the hat, just like, which was a cone of red fabric, and then I think a white band around it. I can't remember. And then bought a red zipped up suit, or like footy pajamas, basically, and then got a thing of white fabric and cut out the like star type shape pattern that you put around your neck that gives the like little fun detail around the collar, and got white gloves. It was the easiest costume and it looked so good and so ridiculous to be an adult that literally looked like an Elf on the Shelf. So added some rosy cheeks and my youthful looks at the time without my facial hair really sold the look, which was really fun. So usually I haven't done a build out costume in many years. Totally fair too. I often buy mostly because I'm usually busy doing lots of other projects at this time. Penny says hello from the other room. I tried to get my AirPods to work and they're not working. I think it's just that they need charging. So I have them charging beside me and we'll switch to those in a little bit if I can. So hopefully she's not too loud and too annoying. In fact, I wore the exact same custom costume earlier in the year at Universal for Fan Fest nights. That's awesome, Brandon. Like I said, I would love to see it. So either drop a link in the chat field or let's find a way for us to take a look at it because that's really cool. Anyway, thank you for joining. This was totally a last minute decision. Yesterday, Philip and I were building out the last Wednesday set that we got for review. So I have been working on Morticia's Cottage, which let's remove there we go. I've been working on Morticia's Cottage. Let's get this to where you can see it. And the fun thing about this, actually, there's a lot of fun things about this, but we worked on this together yesterday, and it's designed in a way that you can build, there's 4 different instruction books. So I'm working on books for bags 7 and 8, which are the last 2. But You can build them in any order because they don't necessarily, like, they connect afterward, but they're not designed in a way that you have to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So instead of building it in that order, I asked Philip which character he wanted to build, and he said Morticia. So he got bags, I think, 5 and 6. And then I built Wednesday and got bags 3 and 4. So this is Wednesday's section. This was Morticia's section that Philip built. And then I asked Philip what he wanted to do next, and he said sleep. And so I built bags 1 and 2, which are the incredible car with Lurch, and then opened bag 7 so that I could pull out Bianca, the last of the 4 mini dolls that comes with this set, because David, who's the Lego designer, he's Brick Lettuce on Instagram, and he was on Lego Masters US, Canada, season 2, I think. He's now a good friend of mine, which is really fun, and a Lego designer. He designed the set. It's one of his earlier sets that he got to design. And I want to show you, yes, I'm going to show you the mini dolls right now. I want to show you why I pulled out Bianca. Look at this. All 4 mini dolls can sit in the car. Like, holy cow, this is so cool. We actually had a chance to hang out with David when we were in Denmark a couple of weeks ago we went for our 10-year anniversary, and then also stayed for I was there for Fan Media Days, which was so fun. And he came and had drinks with us most nights, which was really fun. But I was telling him we haven't built Morticia's cottage yet, and he said, take a look at how all 4 mini dolls fit in there. And had he not said that, I would have known. Because you can see that there's like positioning for all 4, but I just had to show that detail because it's really, really impressive. You don't typically see cars that even can fit 2 minifigures side by side in this narrow of a build. So kudos, David. I don't think he's on here, but major kudos for how this is built. So let me pull out the mini dolls so you can see them, but I want to first show you the car. So I love it's probably blurry. I love the design of the grill at the front. It's using radar dishes stacked for that. And then I'm loving that we got a gargoyle. So this gargoyle, I think the first time I saw it was in last year's Wednesday set, the dorm set, which is really cool. So I'm glad they found another use for it here. Just beautiful build out, beautiful shaping. It's also entirely brick built. And by that, I mean, there's not like a section of the car that's already built, because you know how sometimes you build cars, especially in younger sets, where a portion of it is already put together. This was all, the entire thing was brick built. So let's get out the mini dolls so you can see them. They're really, really cute. My only complaint so far is I think we needed her dad, and I just lost his name. So we've got Morticia and is that a gargoyle or a grotesque? Good question. I don't know. You tell me. It is this thing. In my opinion, it's a gargoyle because it looks like a stone creature, but maybe that's a grotesque. Maybe that's a different word for it. Gomez, thank you, David. Thank you, thank you. Yes, yeah, isn't that just an incredible piece? So there are 2 of them in Enid and Wednesday's dorm room. And that was the first time I've ever seen them. And I want to say I saw them in another build, maybe Arkham Asylum, but I don't think that's true. I can't remember now. But yeah, definitely a fan of the car. So this comes with Morticia. She's great. Love her. Comes with Lurch. And you add these little feet to him to make him taller, which I love. And these feet, I've only seen them in one other set. It was a friend's set that had a pop star, and she had them kind of like giant platform boots, like Lady Gaga-esque, which is fun. So it was neat to see them in black here for Lurch. We've got Wednesday, which I think we've seen this before. I'm pretty sure this is identical to one of the 2 mini dolls of her in the dorm. I'll have to double check. Maybe slightly different. And then Bianca, who is such a pivotal and important character in both series, but the second season for sure. So I think it was appropriate for her to be there. And a lot of her character plays out in Morticia's cottage with Morticia. So definitely good decision making on which minifigs go in here. I just wish we also had a Gomez. His role is not as big in the second, and really either of them. He's there, but he's not as pivotal of a character if you haven't watched. But yeah, I still wish that we got him as a mini doll. Maybe we will in next year's Wednesday sets. I'm hoping that we get more Wednesday sets because they've been just so fantastic so far. So I think we have 5 now. We have 6. We had the brick heads last year. We had the brick built doll, which is amazing and something I did not think I would like, but I ended up loving. And then the dorm room, which is really fantastic. Then this year we got the flower, which used to be up there. I guess we swapped it out for all the Wicked stuff. And we have the cottage and things trunk, which Zach says, what has been your favorite sets from the Wednesday line? So those are the 6. I think my favorite is Things Trunk, which I have right here, so I'll show you that as well. But those brick-built dolls, for real, what Ben said here, I absolutely agree. They're kind of cool, and I was not expecting that. And I love that with Wednesday in particular, you get double the faces and hands because you can do her in her classic, her classic hairstyle and skirt. And then you can also do her in her fancy prom type dress and different hairstyle and everything. And so you can use the faces for alternate things, which I used for Princess Leia, which is fun. Oh, and these weird thumbs up things, I've tried to get rid of them. They never go away. I've done all the things you're supposed to do to make them stop, and they don't. So I've just grown to live with them. So you said, Zach said, what has been your favorite sets? I would say the buildable dolls, which they're in the other room, so I don't have them with me. But that was my favorite from last year. My favorite from this year was Things Trunk. So let me pull that out so you can see it. And David's response here of, hate to say it, but not a mini doll fan, it's the chins. I didn't like them at first, for sure. I fell for them, though. I want to say it was like last year. I started to collect the Disney Princess ones because I got one set. I think it was like at a Bricks and Minifigs, and it was cheap, and it was just like a really cool build. And then I started to look at the mini dolls, and I was like, I actually like these for the Disney princesses. They seem to work for me for that. And then maybe it was 2 years ago because I started getting the new Friends Waves sets too. But I fell in love with them a little bit more from the Disney princess lines. And then when Wicked and Wednesday came out, I was surprised at first that they went with mini dolls, but I actually think it was the right decision. I really, really like the way that it looks, and for both of those series. But I also get that like people have strong opinions one way or the other, and some people have no opinion, which is also fine. And they've really grown on me. So I am glad that in some of the new Wicked sets, we got the mini dolls and the minifigs as well, because the minifigs are fantastic. The first thing I did was I had already built my own version of Glinda and Elphaba in minifig form years ago, and so I had them sitting on our stand by all the Wicked sets last year. But now we actually have real ones, which is really fun too. So, and then let's see, what's this? The Fortnite skins give us an idea of what Wednesday looks like as a minifigure. Yes, which I haven't played this week, and I'm wanting to because today's Halloween, so I'll probably play a little bit after I'm done building here because I want to make sure that I get some of the skins. I've been playing the Lego Odyssey in particular and have so much fun with it. And I want to explore the music side of things, but I haven't tried that one yet. So I'm relatively new to Fortnite this last year. And then Zach says, looking forward to building the Glinda and Elphaba brick built dolls next month. Yes, totally worth it. I actually think I want to get a second copy of the Wednesday dolls just so I have more faces. And it's full of great parts, which is wonderful, but I want to get a second copy of it so I have more faces that I can use for customizing some other characters too. Okay, let me show you Things Trunk, and then we'll get into building the rest of Morticia's Cottage. So this is what the trunk looks like open. Thing is just resting on there, so I'll move him out for a second, but you can see there's all kinds of fun details. We've got a little chair down here. We've got a bed. I love that they use the little ladder so that he can get from one area to the next. We've got a little hot tub, a vanity, and it looks like a little, maybe this is like, what is this? Like a little table that has like some fun plants and details and stuff. So really, really fun and beautiful design on the inside, full of really cool kind of playable features if someone wants to actually play with this as like an actual dollhouse. And I'm just obsessed that it's a dollhouse for a creepy hand. Like it's combining two really bizarre things together, which is really fun. But the cool thing is this folds up. Oops, let me do it the other way. This folds down like so. These walls go in on the left and on the right. This locks with a stud. And now you have a large-scale brick-built, hi Cassie. Now you have a large-scale brick-built trunk, which is just so cool. Like I love, love, love the design elements of this. And the top opens and it just lifts off so it doesn't like curve off, but still the top opens so that you can have all kinds of other things. So we have a nail polish bottle, which obviously I'm a fan. And it even has a brush. Like, come on. Come on, it's so freaking cool. So I'm planning to do some fun things with this in a reel. I just haven't gotten around to it. We also have a little book that when you open it up, it says Ringer Muse. Tringer Muse? I don't know what it says. You tell me what you think it says, because I cannot read that. Yeah, you could totally turn this into a mimic. Like this is such a great set for lots of things. There's a little mini version with, of course, the little mini hand. I love it. In here, we have black nail polish nails so that you can actually use the nail polish and replace things fingernails, which are creepy AF. I love that they included those in there. But you can actually replace them with, you can paint his nails. I'm obsessed. He's got a little phone. There's a little fidget spinner, which this actually spins. Like, so freaking cool. And he has a pen. And the pen has attachments so that the hand, the large thing, can actually hold it. And of course, we have an Enid with her new hairstyle for season 2. And gosh, there's so many things. And then a ring, which is pretty pivotal to the story. So major, major kudos to the designers for this set. I love all of it and think it's so impressive. And yeah, I'm just obsessed. It's so cool. And then there's like these little compartments that you can put stuff in. Things don't stay in there all that well. You could hear them like rocking around. It doesn't like fall out, but you could still hear them rocking around. But they don't like fall out, which is good. And yeah, that just attaches in the very top with some studs. So super, super freaking impressive build. And then the sides have handles that actually like curl out. They rest down if you want them to. But yeah, so impressed. So this is by far my favorite. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that one of my favorite things is to build brick-built characters and larger upscale things. So it makes sense that this would be in the top for me. But then also the Wednesday doll, similarly, it's just like a different style of building than what we had before. So really just like this one, I thought they knocked it out of the park. And I think the coloring's great with the exception of that. And I think that might be, when I open it, that might be like there's a purpose for why that's that color. It might be the back of a wall that has studs or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's a reason for it. And that's the back side of it, so it's okay. But that's one thing where I was like, I don't know. That said, if it were just solid brown, that also might not look finished enough. I'm not sure. I don't know. And then we have this great little thing print here, and basically like what looks like a front door, which I thought was really fun. So Major kudos. Okay, it's been 24 minutes and we haven't built yet. um, I love this. Things don't stay in. Yes, no pun intended. Actually, that's yeah. Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Oh my gosh, y'all are silly. I love it. Yeah, and totally agree. You could turn it into a mimic. Really, really impressive build. And then, hi Cassie, good to see you. Are you at work today? If so, hello to whoever's working with you. It's been a while since I've been up to your store. So Cassie works at our Bricks and Minifigs North Austin store, which was the first BAM that we got 7 years ago, I think. No, coming up on just past 8 years. I think just past 8 years because I think Brady Joiner Bricks, which is my Instagram account that Philip and I started together, is 8 years old. So yay, fun. Oh, nice. Good stuff. Yeah, 8 years old. Good stuff. Congrats on 8 years to Bricks and Minifigs North Austin. Their anniversary, I think, is over Labor Day weekend. We met them right before that, and then we're at the store opening. So have been big fans for a long time. All right, let's dive into bags 7 and 8. So we're going to be building out this section. And once I build out this section, then I'll show you how the 3 different house pieces come together. I'm going to put them over here. You can't really see them. It's okay. Congrats on your coolness. Oh my gosh. Is that for Ben? I mean, whoever it's for, thanks. If you're saying that to me or to Ben or whomever, that's really fun. Yay, Minnesota just got a BAM last year-ish. Good stuff. Yeah, 8 years. I'm really impressed. And last year we got 2 new BAMs in different parts of Austin. Austin is huge, so it makes sense. But South Austin just will hit their anniversary mid-November. And then the Bee Caves location will hit their anniversary, I think, at the end of the year. So yeah, this set has some fantastic stickers. Philip hates stickers, and I understand why. But let me show you in the Wednesday build 2 of the stickers that I loved. We've got these stained glass ones, which you can't really see too well without the lighting, but they're really, really pretty. And then on the bed, which pops out really easily, we've got a pattern for the bedspread that says W and M, so Wednesday and Morticia, which I just thought was really cute. All right. And then, yeah, there's other stickers too. Here's some that we haven't put on yet that I'm really excited for that family photo. Or actually, I guess it's just the photo of the couple. Oh my gosh, you are so sweet. Y'all are just too kind. And yes, Ben, it could be for you. You're an amazing human. Actually, everybody on here is an amazing human. So here's the stained glass. So these stickers have the clear background. The other stickers have the solid white background. All right, let's dive in. So we had Bianca already. I set her down so she can just hang out there. But she did have accessories that I didn't have her holding because I just pulled her out to put her in the car. Her accessories are a pin, which we've seen before. Those it's the silver one that we first got with my very first review set ever, which is so fun. It was the Disney gift with purchase. But she has that, and then she has the tile that's the little notepad because she's taken her notes. So we'll just set those over here for her. I think Morticia had this book that had a sticker on the inside and then had a sticker on the outside too. So, well, what have we here? I am a Shiz University student, Ben. Hello. Hi, Baba. Good to see you. I'll show you a full photo of my costume with Philip's later because he's also Wicked themed, which is fun. Oh, good call. Yes, I should make no such claims. Wonderful, amazing things since we're on the Wednesday kick. Y'all, thanks for joining. This was like literally a very last minute decision. Last night I was like, you know what? I've got some review sets that I need to finish that I got behind on because we had our trips in we had our Denmark trip, as well as now that the news is out, my Wicked project. And I've been very busy with lots of things. So it's been hard to keep up with all of it. The nice thing is Lego is kind and not like super strict on exactly when we share review things. And the way that I approach reviews anyway is to build them and share with you what I like about them and talk about like build techniques that I think are really fun. You can watch anybody else's review if you want to see piece count and the price per piece and all that kind of stuff, which obviously matters, but there's no need for me to repeat all that exact same information. So my approach is mostly just to hang out and have fun with y'all and share with you about some cool things that I'm learning with this kind of stuff. So with this set, one of the things that I learned is a really cool technique for doing roofing. It's using some, please hold while I sticker. Can't talk and sticker at the same time. It's using axles to hold on the roof pieces. Okay, so this is the little sticker that we got here. And it makes for a really beautiful structure. So that's here on the roof. And I plan to use that in a future set. And I also like, if you look up close, how they did the like bump out detail underneath using those inverted curve pieces. Thought that was a fun technique. I also love with these types of sets how they are modular in the way that they connect. And in particular, I wanted to try building this out of order, knowing that you could, and just see what that experience felt like. So it's been a lot of fun. So Santa Claus, ooh, I'm really scared. Great movie. Speaking of which, we are going tomorrow night to the Wildflower Center in Austin as they have a Nightmare Before Christmas themed walkthrough exhibit at the Wildflower Center, which is a beautiful nature preserve. So very excited for that. We have Nightmare Before Christmas mugs, and as we were getting our mugs this morning, Philip grabbed one of our Wicked mugs, and I've been drinking out of them a lot because of the Wicked project, so I decided to be more classic Halloween with my mummy, which this coffee's getting cold, I'm sure. Yay! I love this mug. It's so stupid. But very excited for tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to drink out of our Nightmare Before Christmas mugs because everything in our lives has to be themed all the time. That's how Philip and I live life. If you ever come to our house, unfortunately, you have to dive into whatever theme we're doing and just fully embrace it. It's a requirement. Yay, love doing the wildfire walks. Okay, Zach, this makes me so happy. So this is really like, my hope is that as I'm learning cool techniques, I can share them with other people. And then you can decide if you're going to get the set or not, of course, but you may not even need the set to employ the techniques that you learned from it. One of the things that I think people miss out on is recognizing that you don't have to buy the sets to learn those cool build techniques. The sets obviously give you the parts, they give you the instruction books, but you can also download the instruction books for free online on the LEGO website for new and previous sets. And you can apply what you're learning from watching other review things or just like exploring more about the sets without actually having to invest in the set. So that's not to say don't buy Lego. Of course, Lego wants you to buy Lego, but truthfully, you don't have to spend all the money on every single thing. Lego sent us the aquarium. The aquarium, I know you've heard this a million times, but it's super freaking expensive. It's like $700 US. I'm sorry, that is not something that we would buy. It's just way too big, way too cumbersome. When I saw the reveal, so they told us before we went to, they told me before I went to Denmark that we were going to get the set for review. And the way that we find out about the review sets is it says you're getting offered Lego 76863, which I think is this set, right? So it might say, or it'll say Lego Wednesday 76863, and then it'll tell us what the timeline is. Well, because there's not information yet out about the sets, when we find those out, we often don't know what the set is unless someone has leaked it, which of course we don't want to see. We want Lego to be able to reveal it when Lego wants to reveal it. So I just got something saying Lego icons, whatever the aquarium is, just for the number. But when I Googled it, there was no information. So it's like, sure, I will take this one for sure. And we can choose to reject ones if we don't have time, if we're not interested, whatever, which I've done occasionally. But I love Lego icons. So like more often than not, it's something that I'm super excited about. So I said yes to it. Then I went to Fan Media Days and they showed it. Actually, I think it arrived right before we left. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is massive. And then went to Fan Media Days and we saw the reveal and it's super impressive. Like no lie, really, really cool, incredibly well built. It's just not practical. Like, to me, my thought with it is it belongs in a dentist's office or a doctor's office. Like, that's, or a school or a nonprofit or something, like somewhere where people are sitting in a lobby and have a chance to just like look at it. It's not something that's practical for people's homes. And so I'm just saying that to say, well, first off, Lego ambassadors get a lot of flack for reviewing sets. And Lego ambassadors get flack for saying the set is cool, because if we say a set is cool, then people are like, but you're not paying for it, so of course you think it's cool. And it's like, well, let's just be real. There's a lot of really incredible build techniques in this, and I thought it was cool when I built it, right? So that, like, there's a lot of things there that I'm like, sometimes the anger that gets spewed at Lego ambassadors for the free stuff we get, I think is a little, it's directed more at the company, but people direct it at the people building it, which I'm like, come on, there's like, let's just be real. Of course you can have opinions and you can say you think it's too expensive, and you can expect people to acknowledge that, right? But don't hate on people just because they got to review it. Anyway, sorry, I just got on a soapbox. But truthfully, it's too big. Like, I don't know where we're gonna put it. I'm trying to think of specific plans for what we'll do with it afterward. But that said, I'm very excited to build it because it has incredible movement techniques in it. And one of the things I loved about being on Lego Masters was the opportunity to really put more movement techniques into builds. And I learned so much from like before the show in building out sets that had really cool movement pieces in it too. So saying that to say, there's all kinds of really cool things that you can learn from it for free by looking up the instructions. So know that that's an option. Okay, that was a long rant and I didn't see any of your comments. One time I rebuilt a Dodger Challenger into a taxi cab using techniques from mini Speed Champion sets. Yes, okay, that is exactly what I'm talking about, right? There's all kinds of things that you can do to take the parts that you have. I've learned that forcing myself to build with a max of 5 brick wall, have come up with interesting builds. Love the challenge. Totally agree. So in our house, we have a shadow box in the other room that when you turn, it's made for shot glasses, and when you turn it sideways, it fits a 6x12 base plate that has 5 bricks tall on top of it and one plate, one tile. And so when we first started mocking 8 years ago, we were mocking for these little tiny scenes, and it forces your creativity in a really cool way to have to build small. I think this year is going to be Goonies, and if we get a Star Trek set, I think this year is going to be, yeah, right. So the Goonies set, that was a super impressive reveal, which we all knew it was coming because it was through Lego Ideas. But what I loved about that was they actually brought the fan designer. It was the first time ever to bring a fan designer to Fan Media Days. And so those who got to interview the designers also got to interview him, which I thought was really cool. But he was there for the Q&A. So I posted the Q&A recently, the full one that we got for the reveal. So if you're interested, you can see what that experience was like. I didn't get to interview them. We only get a certain number of interviews. I think I got 5, which was a lot. A lot of people only got 3, so I lucked out. And none of my interviews have posted to where I can share what they were. Oh no, one of them has. The Batman stuff that was revealed. I got to interview the designers there. So I need to edit that content and share it with y'all because it was really cool. And I'm so excited. Okay, without a lid or glass, it's going to be a dusty nightmare. Totally agree. So we're talking about the aquarium. Totally agree. I need the Milano and the medieval village before they retire. Yes. So the medieval village was one that I lucked out in getting through review. That was an incredible build. And it is over in, is it in our shelves? It's not in our shelves anymore. It used to be in these shelves back here, the blue ones. But I think we moved it for the Baratier from One Piece, which was also amazing. So nicely cited. It's a really good perspective. Thank you. Benjamin Design, stay tuned on November 6th. Oh, what's November 6th? Oh, I think you're guessing on if there's going to be any reveals or whatever. I don't know, and also I'm not allowed to talk about any leaks or anything that could be possibly. So I won't myself, but obviously people kind of have their own. Lego builds, God bless IKEA. Right? Yes. So yeah, we have the IKEA bookshelves in here on the left and on the right of our fireplace. And it's my favorite thing. I've always wanted glass encased bookshelves. And they were so cost efficient, like super, super worth it. So we're not allowed to talk about yes, we can't talk as Lego ambassadors, we're not allowed to talk about rumors or leaks or anything along those lines, but if things are revealed, we're able to talk about them, which is fun. Okay, so working on her cottage. All right, we just put in, so you can see now, actually, if I put it over my shirt, you can see how the light flickers through. It's really pretty. This stained glass stickers. I love that, and I love that they chose to use this sand blue for the set. I think that's a good option. We're getting some fun little kind of exterior details for the house here with some, looks like paving stones, and that's a lot of fun. Okay, so while we can't talk about leaks or rumors or whatever, I can now officially talk about the really freaking cool Wicked project that I get to do. So I was invited to work on a really, really fun project. Oops, I dropped a piece. It was a 1x1 stud. So, oh, here we go. Anyway, I was invited to work on a really, really fun Wicked project for the premiere of Wicked for Good. So my now friend, who I didn't know before this project, her name is Makara. She is an incredible designer and an incredibly kind and fun human. I've grown to just really love her as a person, and very down to earth and just very, very cool. She was invited by Lego and Universal to attend the Wicked for Good premiere. And she and I are working on some couture looks that she will get to possibly wear for a premiere that happens in a couple weeks. So in November, I get to travel to New York for some photo shoots and stuff, and for us to be able to share with you what we've been working on together. And it is so freaking cool. Like, this is a dream opportunity, and I feel so lucky. Speaking of Wicked, I have someone I'd like to introduce you to. So come on in, Fiero. You're going to have to go around this way. It's a mess. I already exposed his costume by saying his name. I'm sorry.
You did.
Meet Fiero.
Hello,
Y'all. This was all Philip's doing. This was almost all Philip's doing too. So, Philip bought the jacket thing.
Green jacket.
But all of the gold detail he created himself.
Hand sewed all of these buttons on.
And this button on mine. He created this out of a few different pieces of fabric or yarn, or not yarn, ribbon. The hat was solid black with this detail on it, and you redid the whole thing. And it was actually a hat that he used for his Nutcracker costume, which is so freaking cool.
Fun
and
fact,
actually opened.
I have multiple things from my Nutcracker costume.
Yeah.
This staff was from my Nutcracker costume, but I added all the gold detail. I added this Oz. It's actually a bookmark that I wrapped around it, and some more green. The hat, yeah, it was a black marching band's hat that I added all the green to. And these epaulets were from when I was the Nutcracker as well. So
these old things.
I'm doing some upcycling.
Yes. And like I said, almost all of my costume was thrifted, with the exception of this ribbon, I think. And then maybe the buttons. I don't know where you got the buttons. But all of it was thrifted, which is so cool. Oh, and also the patch that came from that Wicked advent calendar. And then this is you obviously had to buy some ribbon and stuff for yours.
So I do miss Joanne fabric, which is where I would have got a lot of the ribbon and the trim and everything, but that doesn't exist right now.
Yep.
And so I didn't go there.
Yes.
But I did get a lot from Michael's also.
I'm gonna zoom the camera down. It's awkward how how things are in here, but I want you to see this detail.
Oh, yeah.
So it has the Oz shaping and logo, which is also, it's the exact same, well, it's not the exact same. I was going to say it's the same style as what they did for the bookends, where we see the Oz OZ, but this is the Lego brick built version of that. And that's the exact same vibe of the movie.
And it's the same as this bookmark.
Ah, that's what I was looking for. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. So anyway, Philip is Fiyero from movie 2. I am either a Shiz University student or Fanny. With Fanny, I want to flip out the glasses, so I have some work to do there. But yeah, and then you saw like my half skirt, half pants type thing. So anyway, Philip did an incredible job on this, and I'm so glad that you got to join and share. So let's look at the comments. So what did people say? All roads lead back to Wicked, always. always.
In this house for sure.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that heart is so cute. I've never seen that emoji. Thanks, Cassie. Hi, this is Cassie. She's over at Bricks and Minifigs.
Hi, Cassie.
Ben says, yay, love it. Winky Prince Guard. Hi, Philip from Zach. Well, that is a horse of a different color. Yes. Really nice work, nice work. Yay, lots of love with the greens and pinks hearts. David wins the comments. Yes. R.I.P. Joanne's. I know. Good job. Oh, thank you so much. Y'all are too kind. And obviously we have a lot of fun in this house. Yeah. And everything's been Wicked for the last handful of years. So
what am I gonna do next year for a costume?
I know.
I told them last year I was a wizard from the first movie.
And last year I was Fiyero from the Broadway show, but it also was very much thrown together last minute and from stuff in my closet. So it wasn't quite as put together as these things. This is so much more fun. So in our fanfic, Fiyero and Fanny get together.
Yes. Fanny clearly wanted.
I mean, yeah, for sure. So we're having lots of fun over here. One of the things I love is walking by Philip's office whenever he's in costume, which is about once a year, and taking a picture of him on like Zoom calls where he's like having normal conversations about whatever work thing it is, but he's dressed as Fiyero, which is really fun. So
one year, it's when I worked from an office. I was Kevin from Home Alone, and so I took these zombie hands and put them in a sweater and like kind of prop them up so that all day I was like this. And so if anyone walked by my desk, I could just go, ah! And people just thought, who were just walking by randomly, just thought that I was taking a little nap.
Just like had his hands up like that all day. And then all of a sudden he'd like lift up his real hands and it was like, you have 4 arms. What in the world? Wicked for the last couple of years. Is this Lego or therapy? Who am I kidding? It's both. Yes, it is both, right? I know, for real. So yesterday I finally got around. So yesterday was the 22nd anniversary of Wicked on Broadway, which still blows my mind. Like time has flown. It came out in 2006. That's a lie. It came out in 2004. 2003.
2005. No, 2003.
2003, if it was 22 years. Yes, math. So it came out in 2003, back when I was in college, in undergrad. So it's just nuts to me to think that 22 years has flown by. As much as we look youthful, I was in college 22 years ago. So yeah, it's just wild to think. But yeah, so yesterday I finally put together my mock that I have been showing at different conventions of the playbill from Wicked on Broadway. Please tell me you have the blonde wig for Kevin. Yes,
I do have it. And actually, I was going through all my old costumes the other day. They're in these giant boxes in our garage, and I don't need most of the components of them. So I was sorting out what I want to keep versus not. And I did decide to keep the blonde wig, even though it looks
You never know when you'll need it again or what other costume. Like there's going to be an opportunity when you'll absolutely need it again.
For that costume, I also had an actual iron that I like put on my belt loop. And so all day I'm walking around with an iron, smacking my knee
Mhm.
over and over and over. And I still feel that
Mhm.
like 8 years later.
Yeah.
And so I
Fashion
did get
is
rid of that
pain.
iron because I don't need that.
Fashion is pain. Yeah, and then I see, Ben, that you said Lego is therapy. I'm curious what Beth thinks of that, if she agrees.
She does now. It
She
seems
does
like.
now. I know. She got way into it, which I love. If you're home and near her, tell her hello for us as well. So what I'm building out now is, it looks like a kitchen for this set. So which of the Wednesday sets of the 6 would be your favorite, would you say? We talked about this before.
The dorm room.
The dorm room? Oh, okay. Tell me why.
Because it's beautiful.
Okay. I like it.
Next question.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I love the visual of this exterior whenever it's done.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so
It's
fully.
I agree. I think the David knocked it out of the park with this design. Like it really does look. Sorry, let me not talk while I put on a sticker. This is not going well. Philip is often our sticker putter honor, and does a better job than I do.
This is giving me heart palpitations.
I know. Probably not just you. Probably everybody else too. Just not wanting to go on. Once they don't go on right the first time, sometimes it's hard. Okay, there we go. Got it. What else do we have? You boys have definitely been changed for good. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. We have. Yeah, Wicked is really, really important in our life and love story. Beth thinks I still need actual therapy, but yes, she uses it a lot in her sessions. I mean, not gonna lie, Ben, I think you do too, but I would say that to every human in the world. I wouldn't just say that to you. So it's not a reflection on you, it's a reflection on therapy is great. I think it's important. And I love what she does. I'm so proud of her for going fully into the direction that she wanted to go. So never mastered the brick separator sticker techniques. It's I am better at sticker putter honor. What do you call that? Sticker assembly? Sticker. What do you call that? Application. Thank you. I was like, I know there's a word for this. I'm better at sticker application because of the brick separator for sure. So it helps, but it doesn't make it perfect every time necessarily. Yeah, most of Lego's ads portray building 18 plus sets as therapeutic. They do. They've really leaned into that because they've realized that a lot of people use this as a tool for mental health, for mindfulness. I know, I think we both do in a lot of ways. When we're building review sets, my mind is going a little bit more because I'm trying to think about like, what do I want to share with people and that kind of thing. But I don't feel like it's overwhelming to do it that way. But I do love when I just get to build for fun. And I now have a handful of sets in my backlog that I've been wanting to build for fun because I've had to focus on review sets, which that's not a complaint. Of course, I'm thrilled that we have this cool opportunity, but I really also want to build these other sets. So one that I cannot wait to eventually get to is the, is that right? Is the, yeah, that's right. Okay. The
Christmas tree.
Well, the Christmas tree, but that's a review set. The Super Mario Kart. The Mario Kart one. I bought that one because I really, really wanted it, and I'm really excited about it.
Yet, have we?
We haven't done the shell yet because I want to build it at the same time as building the Mario Kart. So I've just like been putting that one off because I've needed to focus on getting through some of the review sets. Which again, it's not a complaint. It's just I do enjoy getting to build without having to think about like the content behind the build and what I want to share with people. So yeah.
Right. I'm gonna head back to work, y'all.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Thanks for joining. It's good to see you. Yeah, looks great. Love you too. Have a wonderful day at work. Tell Marianne hi if you see her. All right, so I'm getting close to being able to show you some fun details here too on this build. Windex only on sets I plan to keep. Only way I can spot put on stickers. Totally right. Ben says bye. They all say bye. Yeah, the Windex technique works well if you're needing to reposition stickers or you're nervous about putting them on. One of the people in our lug did a fantastic workshop at Brick Rodeo a couple years ago that was called Stickers Aren't Scary, and they taught how to use Windex effectively for that. And I loved that, learning that technique. I don't typically do it myself, mostly because I don't have the patience to have that at the ready all the time, but it's definitely a good technique. Okay, these... I'm a little confused with this. Let me look again to see if I did that right, because I feel like something's missing. It's really not. Okay. So these windows stick in the sides underneath that archway, but you can see they're not studded in. So they kept like knocking over as I was putting on those flowers. So you think that about that every time, right? That workshop was so good. Michaela did a great job with it. There's a rug underneath this chair and I was like getting caught on it. This is your first live feed to watch. That's so fun. Thank you for watching my live feed. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. So not to go down the rabbit hole, but the vibe and acceptance of LEGO community has brought me so much joy. Okay, that's really wonderful to hear. That's definitely something that I want to contribute to this community and I want to see in this community. As a queer person, I don't always feel safe and welcome in all spaces. And so when I first went to my first LUG meeting, so LUG is Lego User Group. It's a club for adult fans of Lego, which is AFOL. So those are two fun phrases if you don't already know them. When I went to my first LUG meeting, even though it's in Austin, which tends to be a pretty supportive city, you still don't know. And some of the builds that I brought that first time were builds from queer movies because it was builds for the Oscars. So I remember going with a little bit of nerves, not sure how people would receive me and my builds, and was met with so much kindness and reception and positivity. And was so grateful to see the support and kindness and welcome from people who were like, hey, you're new to this hobby, come join it with us. Like, they were such a great group. And that's really what kept me leaning heavily into this hobby. And really, had it not been for going to that, I probably would have continued to build on Instagram, but I don't know that my build skills would have improved as much because I think they really ramped up as a result of the LUG. And then, hey, I was on Lego Masters. That is connected to learning build skills. That is connected to growing in my abilities and also feeling comfortable in this space. So like all of the things connect. And I'm so grateful that my LUG is supportive. I know that not everyone feels support and finds support all the time. And I know that there's parts of the Lego community that can be toxic and not great. And so one of my goals as a Lego ambassador is to offset that. That's part of why I have build kindness as my hashtag that I use all the time, because I want to build a world that is kind and compassionate. And I think there's more need for that now more than ever. So welcome to my live stream. Welcome. It depends. I don't know how long you've been in the Lego community, but welcome to the Lego community. Whether that was 10 years ago or now, it still applies. And I'm so happy to hear that your experience has been positive. I also, my background before now was my professional background was education, and then was working in corporate diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so I really value representation and finding ways to look at how Lego can really lean into some really awesome storytelling where people feel seen and heard and welcome. So yeah, so another soapbox for me. But yeah, AFOLs are good people. I agree. Like for the most part, I feel like I find consistently positive, welcome responses from people. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to the rule, and those exceptions are trash and garbage humans who should not be in this hobby. But the vast majority of people have been really supportive and wonderful. So I'm glad to hear that that's reflected from you too. All right, we are getting to a place where I'm done with bag 7. So I'll show you how that all goes. How does this go? Or what I built, and then we'll do bag 8, and that's the last bag for this incredible Wednesday set. Also curious if you'll let me know in the chat, have you watched Wednesday? Are you a Wednesday fan? And as much as I hate asking, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. It really does help with continuing to grow my community and helping me reach other people. And yeah, that would mean a great deal to me. So, all right, here is bag 7. So first off, as a reminder, we got Bianca in her amazing purple attire of her outfit from the school, which is really fun. She had the pen and the paper, and then we built out this kitchen. So in the kitchen, you can see there's a table in the front that has the wine and the wine glass. Inside that table is a red sausage, and I don't really know why, other than it's a kitchen. We've got some windows here on the outside. Also like windows, stovetop, and counter spaces and stuff. It's maybe hard for me to see what you're looking at. There we go. And then a little cabinet area for the pantry. And we have those flowers, and I'm loving the use of that red one in particular. It's one of my favorites, that peony piece. So yay, thanks for joining, Ben, and thank you for the kindness and for everything. Smash that bell. Love it so much. You're awesome. And have to go to actual work. Have a good stream. Thank you. And like Zach said, welcome to the community. So glad that you're here, David. That's really cool. And everybody else who joined. So yeah, really neat. I'm loving that window in particular. And yeah, I just think they did a good job with this one too. I love the show. Was underwhelmed with Pugsley. Same. Sorry, actor who plays Pugsley. He grew on me more and more throughout the season. But initially, I felt like they cast him not expecting him to have much of a role. And so they cast someone that was like a great filler character. Gosh, that sounds so shady, and I don't mean it that way, but or I don't mean to be. But yeah, I was a little underwhelmed with his character. I do think throughout the season he grew on me to where I liked him more and more. But Philip also kind of felt the same too. So I think the casting otherwise has been spot on, but that's the only character that I just haven't really connected with as much. That said, I think his character in general tends to be a little bit of that vibe, so maybe they cast it perfectly. And maybe now I'm just trying to be nice because I feel like bad for saying what I did. But yeah, it wasn't really he wasn't my favorite. The storytelling has been super fun. I think it's been a really interesting. I love how they went the direction of like mystery investigation. Like that to me has been really, really cool. So, all right, it looks like I'm going to be building out the rooftop here. So let's see. Get to work on that. Also, I know he just left, but Ben is a good friend of mine from the Lug. He is our Lug ambassador as well, which is fun. And he does some really fun live streams too. So you should definitely check out his. He does them every Thursday and every Sunday morning. So if you're ever interested in joining another live stream, he's a good one to watch and just a good person in general. So where are these pieces? Those peonies that I showed you, the red one that's on the outside here, is really fun. And they have them in lots of different colors, but my favorite is black and in transparent yellow. So in transparent yellow, we see it in the in the Wicked sets for their dorm. Which was fun that those came out at the same time as the Wednesday and Enid dorm. And so that was really cool to see it in those colors. Why is this not working? This is the wrong size. Please hold. Did I do something wrong? Huh. Well, oh no, it's right here. I was like, that's the wrong size, and that wasn't really fitting, but now I see why. It just was filler queen. Oh, yeah, kind of. Body swap was ironically the creepy part. Yes, that was a really interesting concept for sure. Shady. That's me. That's what they call me. So yeah, really good storytelling though. I love that it's detective style. I think it's a lot of fun. And love Jenna Ortega. She's amazing as Wednesday Addams. I think she was perfectly cast in that role. I also love Enid. If people were like, "Are you a Wednesday or Enid?" I'm an Enid for sure. Yeah. Curious which Wednesday character you would be, if you had to pick one that you would embody. I'm definitely an Enid. That's okay. I love her so much. Here. Right, so yeah, let me tilt this down a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. So built out the kitchen. I'm gonna put it back here so that you can see it beside, and then I'm building out what looks like the rooftop here. So this is mostly just like detail fun. For the roof, it doesn't look like there's gonna be too much storytelling up here, although it looks like there's some flowers. So there will probably be some flowers up here. Maybe it'll be like a fun, spooky green room, if you will, but not green. Having a hard time. Whenever there's a ton of black bricks all together, I always find it hard to find the piece I need. I feel like they all blend in together. That color just like it absorbs all the light and it all blends together. Which when I'm sorting black, I usually do, I sort by part, and I usually mix black with white and gray, so that it's easier to find all of the different colors as I'm going through. All right, so yeah, just nice curve detail here. Philip had pointed out yesterday, this piece is new to us. I want to say that it was in Things trunk as well, but it's like a really nice curved shape that we're getting here too. You would be Gomez, but I respect the older dad vibes because I am. I love that. I love that so much. Gomez is a great character too. So also, I think very well cast for the show. So Zach, do you watch? And if so, who would you be? And who else is on? So that was Zach and David, and was it Brandon? Is Brandon still on? Curious about your thoughts on which character you would be. Okay, we're getting closer now. Ooh, dark blue masonry brick. So freaking cool. Very excited for that color. That'll be a fun one to have in bulk eventually someday. All right, yeah, it looks like we're building maybe a little greenery for the top of the rooftop here. Using some clips, which will probably attach those like vine pieces. More dark blue masonry brick. So fun. Let's see here. So yeah, so David, you said you would be Gomez. I said I would be Enid. Who else has a thought on which Wednesday character you would be if you had to be one, or if one matched your personality? This is really, really fun. I like the design of this building for sure. And when we first got the when I first got the invite to review the floral set, I was very excited, but I thought that was going to be the only Wednesday set, and I was like, wow, this is fun, but it's from the first movie, and I mean from the first season, and I know a second season is coming out, so I just don't know why they didn't do something new from the second season. And then of course it was like a month later or 2 months later, we got news about the other two builds, which I am thrilled to have. So the Wednesday sets and the Wicked sets, those were perfect ones for them to send our family. We love building as we watch the shows. So sometimes reviews show up in the form of stories on Instagram for us. And so that's another way, if you want to see like our thoughts on them or like our build process or whatever, we share them there. So yesterday I was sharing the stories as we built this out, and as we were watching Wednesday. And typically we also show what is happening in the show when we're watching it. So one of my favorites was going through all the Jurassics again, because we love Jurassic Park and that whole franchise. And so we went through an entire tour through basically all the movies again when we built out the T-Rex skeleton. And then when we built out the Jurassic World sets that they sent us the wave of this summer. So those were all so fun. The newest movie was fun. We just wish they didn't go in the monster direction. And it felt like, can't they just stick with just regular dinosaurs as opposed to these weird hybrid things? But, you know, whatever. You haven't seen Wednesday yet? Okay, Zach, I need you to log off and go watch it right now. It's on my binge list with family for the holidays. Nice, especially now with Lady Gaga recent cameo role. You'll have to wait and see. It's so fun. Love the show, though. It's really good. With a small group, I feel like I should have brought snacks. Thank you for welcoming us into your home. Of course. Thank you for joining. And like I said, this was a very last minute decision to do this. And so it made me so happy that a few of you were willing to join, which is fun. Oh yeah, we did this too with One Piece. You built the Going Merry while watching the first 4 episodes. Yes. So Philip and I, so when I was filming Lego Masters is when that first season of One Piece came out. And we can't wait for the second season of the live action, right? Not the anime, of course. But Philip was home here while I was filming the show, and he was wanting to watch it, and he graciously was like, I actually think Justin would like the show too, so I'll wait until he's home to watch it. And he binged a lot of scary movies because it was during October that year. So thankfully he focused on things that he would love, and let me join him for it afterward. But then it was the holiday season and then the new year, and we just kind of got busy. And so coming into the new year this year, we were like, oh, this is a show we've been wanting to watch. We should definitely watch it. And then watched and binged the whole season, and it was super fun and super fast. And then Lego announced that they're doing the One Piece sets, and we were like, oh my gosh, perfect timing. So loved that so much. Such a good show. Okay, this is maybe my favorite element that we have in here. So I don't think we got the cupcake dripping icing piece in red before, but it's perfect for a tablecloth. There's a micro doll in there, and then it's underneath this really fun globe. So now we have this really creepy thing to go in the attic, ? Maybe this is an attic. I love this so much. So cool. Okay. So I'll put this in here. And I'm almost done, so I'll show you all the details in just a minute. And then, of course, we're getting some flames on some black candles. So it's not a black flame candle. It's still an orange flame candle. But I do like that it's in a black candle. And we're getting 2 of those that'll go upstairs, too. Plus, there's always a bonus one, which I love when you get these sets. I add them to my bonus collection of things that gets tucked away for a rainy day or typically for minifigure habitats later. Okay, this is really cool and spooky. So I'm building out this inside section here. All right, what else do we have? I love the Addams Family movies growing up, the cast alone. Oh my gosh, yes. And we actually just recently rewatched Casper, which I'm guessing if I reference that you would know why that connects. But it was so fun to see Christina Ricci as a very young kid again. We both grew up during that time frame. So fun Casper was one that I loved and adored as a kid. So yeah. You're so ashamed of how you used the brown frosting piece. There was a plunger. Ooh. Okay, that was probably I don't think you should be ashamed. I think you should be proud. And also now I need to see it. Hey, final sticker. Okay, this makes me happy. And I love that in our case, well, no, I guess that since this is bag 7 and 8, this would be the final sticker if you did them in order. But it is the photo of Gomez and Morticia, which is by far my favorite. This one will be removed from the set. For sure, to be put into other mini builds, probably minifigure habitats. So perfect. Just love that sticker. So cool. So that one goes up here at the top, and above this like seance table, I suppose. I don't know. And then it looks like we're doing some rooftop. So fun fact, these black bricks that we're using for the rooftop, a handful of years ago, Philip and I decided, actually, I think it was during COVID, to build our own version of a set that was a White Whale set that we never actually picked up. It was the Monster Fighters mansion. I can't remember the title of it, but it's a gorgeous build, and by far one that I will always be sad we didn't buy when it was. I didn't buy when it was on store shelves back in, I think, 2011. I remember going to the stores, seeing all the Monster Fighter stuff and being like, those are so cool, but they're too expensive and I just can't justify it at the time. And I didn't buy them, and I wasn't really the a-fool that I am today. And then I regretted it forever. So anyway, we built our own version of it and had a blast using our own pieces to source for all of it, and made some adjustments and updates based on pieces that we had available. But one of the adjustments that we made is our rooftop is navy blue. It is using the dark blue color because those black pieces that we have here were super expensive on Bricklink. Like, for some reason, they were like ridiculously expensive. And so we decided we would just go with blue because we already had a whole bunch of blue anyway from one of the Creator 3-in-1 sets. I had gotten 2 of them. It was the toy shop, and it had a bunch of the parts that we needed in navy blue. So we sourced the rest of them from Bricklink, and it's really fun because now when we look at our build, it's custom and different and unique to our house. So, all right, finishing details, putting on these rooftop pieces, which is nice. And I love that we're using the black version of that peony piece that I talked about for fun details here. And then some more finishing details here on the outside window, where we've got 2 more rooftop bumps, if you will. And this topper. Ta-da! All right, and then we get these little fun guys. And we put one here, and the other one goes the other way. All right. Here's the exterior detail where we got those plants. So it wasn't the greenhouse that I thought it might be. And then here's the inside of this really beautiful area. This goes on like so. And we have it. Okay, so, all right, so Christina Ricci, yay. And of course, I built the Wicked bookends while watching the movie for the 5th time. Okay, I'm proud of you for watching it 5 times. Those are so fun. Those builds were really cool. And I love Her in Yellow Jackets. That was your jam this year. You and Philip. I haven't watched it because it looks too creepy for me. All right, let's put this whole Morticia's cottage together and see what it looks like. This is the part I've been waiting for. So this is the front. And I'm going to do it facing me, and then I'll twist it around at you. This connects here. All right. And then this one connects here. Okay, this is cool. All right, y'all. This is so fun. Do those snap in? They do. All right. Okay. Y'all, this is so fun. I'm going to zoom down so you can see more. Here is the final styled build of the cottage. Oops, that's crooked. Let's go up a little bit so you can see. So I'm going to put my hands here so you can see the rooftop facade. Really fancy. It spins to where it's like a full rectangular building. So really, really nice detail. But what I love is you can easily open it and twist it to where you can get into each of the sections and use it as a dollhouse. The outside here has this little hook so that when you twist it, oh, never mind. That doesn't do what I thought it did. What is that hook for? Let me see if there's a reason for that hook. I'm not seeing a reason for the hook. Okay, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason. I'll ask David and see if he can tell us why. But yeah, so it fits together. It doesn't actually snap. I thought it did, but really impressive. Y'all, this is really cool. Love the dollhouse style opening. I love when I pull them back, how that middle section like launches forward. That's just kind of fun. And then I like the way that they twist so that like I can just kind of pull them and it twists around. So that's just really cool. And then of course we have the incredible car that can fit all the mini dolls. And here we've got Morticia. Put her here. Oops, nope. Here so you can see her. We've got Lurch. So you can see him. And like I said, he's taller. We've got Bianca. And we have Wednesday. And their accessories, Lurch has an umbrella, which I currently have in this trunk. Morticia has this book, which I will put beside her. Bianca has the notepad and the pen, which I'll put kind of in front of her, which you can't see. And Wednesday has a cleaver, a meat cleaver. So cool. Okay, y'all, this was really fun. So that is Morticia's Cottage. And then we also talked about things trunk. So thank you all for joining. This was so much fun. Hour and 20 minutes. Really appreciate you joining and staying and sticking around for a long time. Another thing that I'm going to continue to do just while I still have you. So I won't do this today, but I'm going to continue to do this forever. You rang. I love that. That's awesome. Love the dollhouse appeal of this set. Perfect Halloween build. Totally agree. This ended up being so fun. Going to have to wish list this for next year. Nice. So if you want to join for future ones, I tried this on Instagram. I think I'm going to switch it over to YouTube because I think I can do this a little bit better. But as you can see, this is spelled in such a weird way. I think what you see is, do you see mirrored? Tell me if you see mirrored. I don't think you do, right? But let me know. So it says, what's your, and then going the other way, favorite scary movie. So we played a game the other day. I had all these letters off so that everyone could see the squares or the rectangles for where the open letters were. Oh, it's mirrored. Okay, I will have to play around with this and figure out if I can get it to not be mirrored. Anyway, we played a game of basically like Wheel of Fortune, where I had people tell letters and we started to add them to the board until we had the full thing there. When I did it initially, I didn't have the question mark and I didn't have the what's your at the top. So I just had the 3 words because I thought that might give it away too much. So, but I will be doing that monthly because it was so fun. It was like 20 minutes, quick, easy game. So pay attention. If you subscribe, you'll hopefully see these as I have them coming up. And I'll set those as a live stream as well, because that just is what made it so much fun. Eventually, I would like to figure out a way to do the game and then also find a way to do prizes with it. So I don't know how I would do that yet. So if you have ideas, let me know. But regardless, it ended up being just really cool. So I'm going to do the monthly. It's not mirrored. Okay, so, when you're looking at this, do you see what's your normally, like as it's supposed to be? I'm gonna flip it and change the letters to see if what you see is okay. So that's great to hear. So the reason I wanted to switch to YouTube was because when I was building it out on Instagram, my camera was permanently mirrored and it wasn't possible to do it not mirrored. So I started to flip the letters around. I'll show you what is normal in just a second. I'm fixing that. But also, it's a good, valid question. What is normal anyway? Nothing is normal, especially in the world we're living in right now. Nothing is normal right now. Okay, so look at the top 2 rows and tell me. I don't think this is mirrored. You see what's your favorite? I'm going to cover up scary. Hopefully you see that the way it's supposed to be, because that was the problem with doing it on Instagram Live, was everything was mirrored to where I had to build the letters backwards so that people could see it forwards. Yay! Okay, good. So I will be moving those, the fun games, to do live stream on YouTube. So you can pay attention to my feed and you'll see it coming up for the next one in November. But happy Halloween, everyone. As I always say, build kindness. Please continue to spread the joy and kindness and compassion throughout this community. It's people like us that can help make it supportive and wonderful for everyone else. And one last show. Here's my little half skirt, half pants ditty. Thanks to Philip for my amazing costume. The C is upside down, yeah. As I was doing it backwards, I was like flipping things around to make it look normal-ish to the people who are playing on Instagram. So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oh, and one very last thing is we're doing a food drive for Central Texas, or donation drive for Central Texas Food Bank in the United States. There's unfortunately a lot of people are going to lose access to their SNAP benefits, meaning a lot of people are going to go hungry in November. And so we are concerned that food banks are going to be really taxed with extra things. And so with extra need. And because of that, we are doing a food drive or a donation drive. So you can get the link on my Instagram, Brady Journal Bricks, just like it is here. But I would love it if you would, even if you just want to promote it and help support it that way, that'd be great. Or if you want to look for your own local food bank and maybe set up a fundraiser for that one too, that would be wonderful. So big hugs, build kindness, happy Halloween. Bye. And thanks again for joining. Y'all are fantastic.